Hello and welcome to Top Gear, and this is the KLX 230 by Kawasaki. And while you take a look at it, let me run you through some of the numbers. Now let's start with the engine. It has a 233cc air-cooled engine, 4-stroke, that has fuel injection. It produces 18.1 Faraday torque of power at 8,000 RPM and 18.3 Newton meters of torque at 6,400 RPM. It is mated to a 6-speed gearbox that tells you that yes, it can do all the city conditions really well, but it will also help you in the off-road conditions, which is designed for. Now, let us come to the suspension. This front suspension is a 33 millimeter front telescopic suspension with 240 millimeter of travel. And if you can check, the rear monoshock, which is right there, it's a unitrack monoshock with adjustable preload of 250 millimeter of travel. Now, this also gets smartphone connectivity, which if I can switch on the bike right now, you can see it's an LCD display, but yes, this will give you all the sort of connectivity that you would need out of a smartphone. And speaking of more numbers, this is 139 kilograms, so it's very light. And the fuel tank that you see is 7.6 liters of fuel tank that is supposed to give you a range of 250 kilometers according to them. And the seat height is 880 millimeters, so people might think that it is a really tall motorcycle, but what Kawasaki says that once you get used to this motorcycle, ride height will not be a problem at all. Also, this has 265 millimeters of ground clearance, which I think should suffice for anything that Indian roads can give you or anything that you face in off-road conditions as well. And in terms of braking performance, it is a twin piston 265 millimeter front disc, and the rear one is a single piston 220 millimeter rear disc. Now the frame is a perimeter frame with high tensile steel, which is also used in other big Kawasaki's, and also the rake angle is at 25.2 degrees. So if I take you through the overall dimensions, it is overall has a length of 2090 millimeters. The overall width, which if you can see isn't that much, which is good for off-road conditions, is at 845 millimeters. The overall height of the bike is at 1150 millimeters. The wheelbase, as you can see, is quite huge, which stands at 1370 millimeters, and the ground clearance, as we had said, is at 265 millimeters. Now the seat height stands at 880 millimeters, as I have said, and the fuel tank capacity stands at 7.6 liters. So now let me continue to the styling. Now the styling is taken by Kawasaki's KX450 and KX250 models, and the inspiration for all the smooth bodywork surface and the black rims have come from there. And it also contributes, according to them, to a very good off-road condition or off-road inspiration. Not only that, it has two colors, which is lime green and battle gray. So just to extend on the smartphone connectivity, it is connected via Bluetooth to the Rideology, the app, and you can get the vehicle information over there, your riding logs, which is GPS routes and otherwise. You also get communication sharing where you can share your rider location, riding profile, riding logs with other Rideology motorcycle users. And it also gets a maintenance log where you can see the maintenance history, refueling, lubrication, oil changes, consumable parts replacement, and other periodic inspections that can be managed through them. Also, this gets quite a few attachments, but since we do not have it on this bike, let me show you this. So, as you can see, you get around 7 to 8 attachments that you can get on this motorcycle, and yes, it does look pretty neat if you have the attachments with it. Okay, so I would have shown you the exhaust note, but if you can see, the bike's battery is dead, so I will not misuse it anymore. But what I can show you a little bit is about what all you can see in the instrument cluster. As you can see, there's not a lot, but if you are off-roading with this vehicle, I think the vision would be that and not on this. So it also meets the tachometer, which is quite unusual, but then, yeah, they have gone this route, and we do not complain because look at this motorcycle, does it feel bad from any angle? Like, look at this from the front. I know it has a whole impulsive vibe to it, but the brand name of Kawasaki would tell you otherwise. And also, like, it's quite aggressive to look at from any angle that you give. And it also has a really throaty exhaust note, which I'm unable to show right now. I'm so sorry, but please wait for a detailed review, which is going to happen tomorrow, and I'll take you through everything that I've missed in this one. And also, this is how it looks from the back. I know the indicators are not very pleasing to see on a motorcycle of this stature, especially with the price point that it is supposed to go out at. Now, the price point that they have said is supposed to come out at December, but we have an estimation of 2.5 to 2.7. Now, this is marginally costlier than the X-Pulse 200, but at the same time, there is another bigger X-Pulse that is looming about. So will this 230, will be able to justify its price point, or will it be beaten by the Hero X-Pulse? This is something we still have to know, but then tomorrow we ride, and tomorrow we get to tell you exactly what this bike feels like, and what all those numbers that you have read justifies into real world. So with that said, we are signing off. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comment section below. We will be more than happy to answer all of them. And please share a like if you really have liked it. And thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.